we started. Okay, guys, thank you so much, everyone. Today is Friday. What is today's date again? In fact, I don't know. So today is Friday, yet another Friday that we all come here to share information about our processes. And today we're going to be discussing about, finding jobs for our spouses because a lot of people come into the United States and their spouse don't get a job for 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, and that's not good. Like it's going to put a lot of tension in the family dynamics. So, but today we're going to be going into the discussion very well. And to join me here today, we have Mr. Austin Christopher. Mr. Austin Christopher, for want of suitable word, is one of the pioneers of this process. He's my boss. When I say boss, I mean like he is my boss. So I've known him for a very long time. I knew him from I think 2007 or 2008. That's when I don't know how many years, but that's a long time when I met him first. He was my lecturer in School of Nursing, and then lecturer turned friend, and then later turned brother. So for you to know how far me and Mr. Austin Christopher has been, but I'm not gonna put that so much like in our face. I want him to go ahead and give us a little more introduction about himself. I may have missed one or two things. I know he has, gotten a lot and a lot of other credentials since he got here. I know he might have a better way that he would like to be introduced, but today we are looking at, discussing jobs in the United States and who would be in the best position to give us more information on that, if not him. If he is a pioneer, he has actually had a lot of people come to him. He has helped a lot of Nigerians, with both their personal lives and, clinical, cultural transition to the United States. He's been there. If you did this process in 2015 or 2016, you will know one of the very notable agencies. He was one of their front liner or front person, in their pages. Advanced Healthcare. He was one of the persons that did a very big advert for them that went so viral. So that name, Austin Christopher, is not your regular name. It's not a name that we you can get anyhow. So today he decided to come to join us, and I'm so happy. Mr. Austin, you're welcome. God bless you for joining us here today. How are
Thank
you
you.
doing today?
Well, I am busy.
I
I'm
know.
actually at a dealership where I came to service my vehicle. That's why, and I saw that you was about to start. I decided to come in today.
Oh, wow. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. That is a rare privilege and a powerful coincidence, for us to have you here today. Just to ask you a little question, just about yourself. I know a lot of people who are newer to this process your name may not really they may not really get what I'm trying to explain to them of how far you've actually assisted people. But if you can, in your own word, give us a little biography of your journey when you came to the United States, and so that people can just have an idea of what I'm talking about.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity, and thanks everyone for joining us today. Um, my name is Augustine Christopher. You can call me simply Austin. I'm assuming everyone on this call is an RN. So I'm a nurse like you. Um, so I had all my nursing education in Nigeria, and my area of practice was mostly in the academic sector. But in 2016, I came to the US um, through Advanced Healthcare Professionals. I got 2016, sorry, and I got done with my contract in about 18 months. By 2018, I was done with my contract. And I was sent to the state of Maine, and I still live there. So I've lived in Maine for the last 9 years. And my clinical experience has taken me from med surge, but now I'm mostly in the intensive care unit. I have my certifications both in med surge and I have my certifications both in med surge and critical care. And by reason of my longevity in the process, I have had the unique privilege of serving as a resource to lots of nurses, colleagues, uh, ex-students, and I've also had the unique privilege of interacting with nurses who are on this journey, along with their families in some cases. And indirectly, if you are in this process through Decency Academy, sorry, there's a call coming on my phone. I keep rejecting it, but I would respond to call, go back to it later. Um, if you have come through Decency Academy or through any other Nigerian-based agency, some directly or indirectly, I have been a part of your journey. We may not have spoken in person, but I've been a part of your journey because I've been working in the background, uh, trying to make sure that the challenges that I faced, that you do not face them, and also learning from going with the experiences of those who have had challenges with their spouses. For some of you who are married, you would, especially if you're a female, many of you may have encountered some ambivalence or some resistance from your spouses starting this process. The big issue that they have, or what's the big issue, the big reason why they give for that reluctance to give you support is because they don't know what they're going to, when they come here, what they're going to do. Because some of them are doctors, some of them are bankers, some of them are already at the top of their careers, and they know that the career path for them in the United States is somewhat stunted. They may have to start learning a new career and all that. That's one of the biggest challenges. And let nobody lie to you. It's never easy. But if you hold on to it very strongly, you would um, enjoy and get the benefits of this whole process.
Thank you so
All right.
much. Thank you. So now, just to ask a little more, probing questions and about this job issue. So from your experience, people that you have talked to, are there some professions that are, let me put it this way, are there things that someone who is waiting on like retrogression now could do to be better placed or to position themselves for the US job market?
For those who are not nurses already or in the healthcare profession, even if you're in the healthcare profession and the pathway for you is not very clear, the first thing you need to start doing is to start doing, well, your spouse will need to start doing their research. Find out what they love. Let them find out what they would love to do. They're going to do a career change. It is good to start getting information on those things so that when they come in, they'll hit the ground running. If they're already in a profession that they can practice here in the United States, while you're doing your own process, they should start seeing if it's possible for them to take their professional uh, exams. Then if they're going to do a career change, if there's an opportunity back home in Nigeria or whatever country you are in to start learning those things, it is better to start learning those things because if you want to come here and learn those things, it might be more expensive for you to do that. It might be easier for you to start doing those things way back from wherever you're coming from. And another thing I would say is uh, it's to have that humility. If you're going to change a career, is to have that humility to want to start from the scratch. It might be tough at the beginning, but as you go on in the process, 1 year, 2 years down the line, you forget all that struggle.
Mhm.
And like it's in America, a one household income is already a challenge.
Mm.
And when you have two people in the house and possibly children or children along coming along the way, it becomes uh, a huge thing to do. So sometimes if you have not figured out what you want to do, come in and just be ready to do any kind of available job. And while you work your way up, there is dignity in labor. A big man, somebody who carries his shoulder high. I cannot do this job. I cannot do that one. Now hunger will deal with you. And yes, and one of the biggest issues mm, that most families or most couples have is surrounding finances.
That's true.
Yeah, it's surrounding finances. And
That's true.
for you, the female RNs, not I know for you, the female RNs, uh, it takes a lot of wisdom. It will take a lot of wisdom on your part to be the primary breadwinner of your family. So you must support your husbands or your spouses to pick up jobs. And the fact that you make more or take care of majority of the expenses at home
Mm.
should not be a thing that you need to throw uh, in your male spouses' faces.
Mm.
They can get into a career. Trust me, they can get into a career
Mm.
2, 3 years down the line that where they will earn much more than you're earning as an RN.
That's true.
So that will be my advice.
Wow. So, see, the thing that Mr. Austin is saying is really true. And I think that that word about, supporting spouses has always, been an issue. We dealt with it one time here in in this show, and a lot of people that attended that show that they were not of the opinion that their spouse, needs as much support. I don't know the family dynamics. I don't know how, I know there's a day we discussed about 50-50 marriages, 50-50, couple, people that support each other and the rest of them. We did that a while ago on this show. And what I would ask Mr. Austin again is, I know he has talked about support, but sometimes men, when they come into this country, they tend to be in a shock. It's not like they can't work, but because everything they've known about US is different from what they are seeing. You understand? So they tend to be in a shock. Sometimes it seems like they are not even, you know, they are not proactive. They are not going out there. Your wife has gone to work for 3 days. He has 3 days off. He's expecting you to go out and hustle, and you are still in shock. Like, you're still in the house, sleeping, waking up, trying to figure out how you're going to maneuver. So a lot of women freak out at that point. They would want their, husbands to come into the United States and hit the road running, if I may use our president's word, just come in and then hit the road running. So are there things that men, are there things you can tell men so that when they come in, they can hit the road running? Or is everybody supposed to be in this shock? Because I've seen it. A lot of people come in here and they are in shock. They don't know what to do. You're muted, sir. Sorry. You are muted.
So unfortunately, the men who are supposed to be listening to this are not on this. But I
No,
guess they will listen to
I
they will,
asked them to get their spouses. I think
good.
we have our spouses here today.
Okay. So what would happen for them to come and hit the ground running, they will need to, when they come in here, oh geez, this call is,
Do you want us to give you a minute
uh,
to take care
decency,
of it? Yeah,
permit me to just go out, make this call and get back. They won't, it's a call coming
they
from
won't stop.
Nigeria.
Okay, no problem. Then go ahead. Yeah,
All
so
right.
as I was saying, um, there is always a shock when you come over here. There is always a shock. People are always going to face that shock. And then I think for me, I think men they need support at that point, especially if they permit me if I'm using the word men because I know male nurses are also men and sometimes they are married to females that are not even registered nurses. I've seen couples who a male nurse that married a teacher. So everybody did not marry a nurse. So when I say men, I mean even the females that come in here most of the times the females are even like they stay in that shock longer because most of the times the female are so engrossed with taking care of the children, taking care of the home and all that, so the shock that they stay in is even they stay there longer than the men. The men will always be reading meaning into every body language that maybe the spouse is making just for them to get them out of the door for them to go and hustle. So but my question is during this time of supporting your spouse. I'm going to ask everybody now, everybody that is listening to me, during this time of supporting your spouse, just if you can tell me, are you going to still insist on the 50-50 marriage? Are you going to have a joint account and be transparent about your earnings? Because these are one of the things they can go either way. Sometimes when you become so transparent, depending on the man you married, they become relaxed and they'll be like, "Oh, you're making $4,000 every 2 weeks. Okay, I think that's enough for us. I don't even need to work." That kind of thing. So it depends, but let me know on the comment section what you would do, in this time before we bring in Mr. Austin to give us his own idea. During the period of shock, what are the kind of support that we can give our spouses, be it female or male? What kind of support do you think that they will need? If your husband is there with you, I will also want them to state what kind of support that they would need at that point. Is it going to be transparent, financial relationship, or is it going to be 50-50 in the sense that I pay 50% of the bills? I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you sleep 100 days here, but make sure you pay the remaining 50. You understand? So, what are we saying? I'm hoping to get some responses. If anybody wants to give response with the microphone, I can still give you the opportunity. I have some jobs that we have written down that we're going to be discussing once we get through these two questions. We're going to go into different sections. We're going to talk about spouses that are medical professionals, the jobs that are available for them. We'll talk about those that are non-medical. We'll talk about those that are educated in the engineering field or, just education field. We'll talk about IT. We'll talk about, those that are skilled workers. So we're going to talk about a whole lot. But before we do that, I want to see your responses. What do you guys think would be an appropriate support for your spouse during the initial time that you come to the United States? Is it my eyes or nobody is responding? I feel like people are responding, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe my eye is not working very well. Did anybody respond? Okay, guys, can I see your responses? What kind of support can be given to spouses during your initial time here in the United States? On a general note, nobody has an answer. Okay, I think it was a network issue, so most of the answers are coming in now. All right, so someone said my husband has a master's degree in business administration, so yes, the support will be in form of what? I didn't get where you're going with that. So where would the support be? Is it going to be in form of, you know, giving him more access to further his career, or what is the support going to be? Someone said again, funds, giving him money. Okay. All right. I want to see. Chini says transparency, financial and emotional support, no 50-50 marriage for me. All right. Nathan happens to be a male. Said my principles still holds. My money is not my money. Her money is not her money. All the money is for the family. Bring your budget and let me bring mine. Let me also bring mine. I love your method, honestly. I do love it, but women don't like it. I don't think women like your method, Nathan. You need to find out, ask probing question and see if your spouse likes this method. Okay, Zainab said, psychosocial support. So what, Zainab, I would want to know what you mean by psychosocial support. Is it like encouraging him? Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay. I don't know. Is that what you mean? Then Nenye Patrick said, I will not insist on 50-50 at the initial stage. Okay, let's be honest. So this is a place where you can be honest. If there's any place where you can be honest, is this place. Mr. Austin is back. So let's get through the comments. So is this place because if you're honest, we can actually is nobody no right and wrong question. You can be right, I can be, nobody is right because everybody's marriage is different. You know who you married, and I know who I married. So what applies to you might not apply to me, but something you say here today might be an anchor quote for somebody in his or her own marriage. So please keep those responses coming in. So Rahila said he's not hearing anything. I'm sorry, it might be your device. Please kindly check your device. Someone else said emotional support. Emotional support, like, just have the other thing with him every night. Is that what you mean by emotional support? Let us know if that is what you mean. And then another person said a job in business administration. Okay, Maslin, okay, you are responding. Thank you so much. And then I have Patrick is saying, I will encourage him to further his education. I will surely support him. Okay. Adiola is also saying, assuring that he will be fine, transparency and encouragement to do something small for a start. Okay, I agree. So someone said I agree with Zena. All right. So Rahila, I will support until he gets something doing. Then we both take care of the family together. Fine. Fine and good. And a lot of people are kind of supporting what Rahila is saying. Supporting them until they get something doing, then you make them become responsible. All right. Then Choma is saying, for me, I will take full responsibility till he's able to get a job. Rahila said, I can hear now. Okay, thank you so much. All right, so now Rosemary is also saying, we aren't doing joint account yet. It's been 15 years. He knows my income. We can co-share the bills, but we can consider joint account when income become fixed and we know how to do that and we know how to do that better. My worries is that he's more free-willed with money. Exactly. Some men are like that. Some men are like Father Christmas. Anybody that calls them, why are you pointing me? Anybody that calls them, if they have 10 million today, tomorrow they have nothing. Okay. So Adiola is also saying I will encourage joint accountability later. Okay. I will encourage joint account later. All right. So thank you all for the responses. I think I will give Mr. Austin the opportunity to, yeah, you can unmute, sir. Please, can you shed more light to this? This has always been an issue. There is no even ground on it. Everybody has
Okay.
something to say, and it's always going to be different from what the other person is saying. You see all the
Okay.
things that I read out. A lot of people agree, a lot of people don't agree. But one thing that is certain is that these men, they need support. These women, they need support when they come over here. What kind of support? Sir, help us out with that.
Okay. Well, I know we're not going into management of family finances now. When you got married, um, you probably went through marriage counseling and all that, and this is one of the big parts of the conversation. Okay. So, um, so you had counseling regarding finances and all that. And the only thing I would say is don't let anybody or anyone's standard, hmm, put you in a certain bracket of, oh, you as a married couple, you must do 50-50, or as the man of the house, you have to take care of all the expenses, or his money is my money, his money is our money, my money is my money. Oh, no, no, his money is our money, my money is my money.
Mhm.
You get, um, and you won't get it right from the very first, from the get-go. Moving into a new country, having new realities in terms of bills and expenses can overturn what you already know. Okay, I will share a personal experience. There is a family I know. I know them from Nigeria. The man is a lawyer. His wife is a nurse. And while in Nigeria, he does not know how much his wife earns. They are paying rent. He's doing that. His wife is getting stuff. He's doing that. His kids' school fees, he's paying. He does not care because he has taken up that responsibility as the man of the house. And the woman, in her own way, is doing her own thing low key, but without any expectation from the husband.
Mhm.
And then came into the US. They came into the US about the same time I came in. And this man was at home. Of course, he cannot practice law when he comes here immediately, even if he wanted to practice law. And he's not that young. He's in his early 50s. And what the wife did was to get credit cards and then had him as an authorized user on the card. So he had his own copy of the card. So he could actually go to any store with that card and buy things. So whenever they go out, if the wife goes out, she will buy things and bring back home. And then whenever they go out together, say they go to buy groceries, she expects that him as the man of the house will remove the card that he has and pay. Even though the money to pay that down that credit card is coming from her own accounts. And the man will refuse. He said, no, that's not my money. And he would lament and lament and lament. And this lady will call me, Austin. She won't tell me what's going on. She'll just say, Austin, call my husband and talk to him. And I'll call him. He would lament. He would say he said he wants to go. He was very serious. He wanted to go back to Nigeria.
Mm. That's that's the point. Once they are not settled, you're going they're going to start wanting to go to where they'll be comfortable.
So he said, Austin, in my entire life, a woman has not taken care of my bills before. My wife is not a bad person. She is not pushing it in my face, but he finds it odd that the roof over his head, his wife is paying.
Mm.
The car he would drive, even though he goes to drop his wife off to and from work, his wife is paying. The food he's eating, his wife is paying. Even down to this phone now he's using to talk with me. His wife is paying the bills. He said, I have never felt so emasculated before.
Mm.
And I encouraged him. He said, once they settle down, he will go back to Nigeria. I said, now you came into this journey. because there was a way I could talk to. Yes, somebody's mentioned ego. Yes. Um,
But is that
and
really
it's
ego? Is that
no.
really ego
Well, when
or
we say ego,
principle?
we can use it. We can say it's good or bad. In this situation, how you handle it as a woman will make a lot of difference. Remember, I said it was this lady that would call me and said, Austin, talk to my
Talk to my
husband.
husband.
Do you understand?
Mm.
Another woman would handle that situation and say, oh, you don't appreciate what I'm doing. Every day I go to work, I do that. I work 12 hour shift, and na. You don't appreciate what I'm doing. You won't let your ego. You get. But yes, it's ego. But this is somebody who has what you call self-pride. He knows what his responsibilities are. He's not, remember he said his wife is not giving him any issues. But this is what he has taken as a self-accountability for what he can do. At the end of the day, the only reason I just convinced myself, said, okay, now look at it. Your kids, none of your kids is out of high school yet. Understand that when you started this process, when this whole process started, why you were comfortable in Nigeria, why did you uproot yourself? Most people, the reason they uprooted themselves to move to a new country is because to give their children
Better
a
life.
better life and a better opportunity.
Mhm.
So it makes no sense now for you to go back to Nigeria and be visiting. They need you around. And he kind of calmed down, settled, and started working. I don't know if it was a factory or a store where he said, Austin, the kids I am working with
Mm.
are people who are like he's old enough to be their dad.
Mm.
And they'll be calling him by his first name. This is part of the culture shock.
Mr.
They call him
John.
by his first name.
I said, Mr. John. That's how it's been sounding in his ears.
Not Mr. John. Not nobody calls you Mr. They call you John.
John.
And they will even ask you, do you like to be called John or Jack? You
Okay.
know, so these are the things that he went through. And over the course of the years, he is happy, he is settled. I think he eventually went into corrections or something.
We're about to talk about that today.
Yeah, he went
Yeah.
into corrections, and this is where he is happy. He is not talking about going back to Nigeria
Yeah,
again.
anymore. That's good. That is
So
good.
how the wife handled it was a big factor.
Fact.
And the point I was also trying to raise is sometimes you are not the only person that can handle that situation. If you want to handle that situation, sometimes you handle it with your own emotions.
Mm.
You may have to reach out to people
That
to,
have come.
like interface who understand the challenges that you have gone through.
Yeah.
I have had cause to talk to spouses of people starting the process in the first place
Mm.
when they are when they are not when they are who are starting the process and the husband is not supporting
Mm.
because they are comfortable and they don't want to do the process. Of course, you know that the family we talk to. In fact, the husband
Yeah.
is a nurse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the husband is a nurse. He works. He makes good money. His wife comes to the US to come and have kids even before the wife started the American process.
Mm.
So it is not an easy transition for most people to make.
Mm.
So having somebody to talk to who can advise, who can, understand what your husband is going through is very important.
It's true. That's true.
I've talked to people that I've never met before.
Yeah,
All right.
that's true. That's true. Well, I don't want us to go so much into that. That can be like a whole day, you know, topic, something that we're going to discuss because, this management of emotions, finances is a lot. And the reason why I believe it's coming up repeatedly in this program is because we've both, me and Austin, we've seen a lot of marriages come to the United States. They are good, their families are close to each other, nice, no dream of divorce. They both wanted the United States journey. But when they come here, behaviors will start coming up, and before you know it, what we'll hear is that they are going to divorce or they are going through divorce. They're separating and all that. So we don't want that to happen. So that's why we are, kind of hammering on it. But let's go a little further to discuss about like the job. Normally after passing the NCLEX, which I believe majority of the people that are here, we have over 80 people on this show that are here have passed their NCLEX, okay? After passing the NCLEX, the next thing is to find an agency that will bring you here. There are various ways that people come to the United States. Either you come through direct hire, you come through an agency, you come through study, you come through a spouse. Maybe your husband is already a citizen or your husband is doing this process or something like that, you come through any of these means. So, but one thing is certain, once you come in here, the next question is, what am I going to do? How am I going to find something that I'm going to start doing? So on that note, we're going to discuss this in different segments. So we're going to talk about the medical doctors. Medical doctors that come over to the United States, they face a lot of challenge. They face a lot of challenge. I know most of the people hearing or listening to me here might be medical doctors. I mean, your spouses who are, currently with you listening to this show, they are medical doctors. Even passing the USMLE is no longer a thing. Like people that pass USMLE that are looking for residency are like sand in the seashores. There are a lot of them. You understand? Looking for residency, waiting for matching is always a difficult thing here in the US. Okay, so that period, there is something that you can be doing, that you be earning a lot of money or even make more money than your wife is making. So those are the things that I want to discuss here. They face so many challenges, people that are medical doctors. So we're going to just talk about that briefly. I don't know if Austin, you are in a good place now. I think he's trying to get something done. But I can just take on this. Yeah. Are you in a good place where you can shed light on this, sir? On the challenges of medical doctors. Okay, I think he's trying to clear out some bills. So the medical profession is something that a lot of people that are in it, they come in here hoping that once they come in, they write their USMLE, pass their exams, and then they will get matching. A lot of factors, influence getting matched. Number one, the major factor that I've seen a lot of medical doctors struggle with is the issue of age. You understand? So a lot of age I'm talking about is like you finished your school 2014. Now it's like 10 years later. They are now looking at, you have stayed 10 years. We're not sure you are going to be a good fit for our residency program. So most of the residency program that is posted, they will also come with that restriction. That's how many years you can be off from school before you can apply. So you see, that already has pushed a lot of people out of the equation. They will not get into that residency program. All right, so that age is a thing, is a factor, because I know most of you, your husbands are professors, they are consultants in some medical fields, and you're hoping that they are going to go just get a job because you already know that they have attained some level of excellence in their professional career in their home country. But it's not like that. The actual thing is that age, that long standing experience, in as much as in nursing, it helps you to get more money, but in medicine, for you to get matched, you have to be very close to your graduation time as much as possible. So if you find people who are like more than 10 years, it gets more difficult for them to actually be matched in a program. Okay, that's number one. Then number two is most residency programs they are posted, and then the people that are, believe it or not, the people that will interview for it are people who are already in the system. People that will interview for it are people who are already in the system. So what I mean is there are some people who have gone through a program in a hospital. So even though a hospital is posting a residency opening, there are people who have done a course. Maybe they've done like a PA course. PA is physician assistant. They've done like a physician assistant with that particular residency outfit. So posting it out there is not that it is open. They already have somebody who has indicated interest that he wants to get into the program. So once they post it, everybody will be interviewed because equity, they have to be fair for everyone. But it's human being that will interview. And if it is you have worked with someone for maybe 2 or 3 years, you know the person knows in and out of the facility, and then someone else is coming from a different country applying for the same job, you would choose the person that you have worked with because you believe that that person is going to know, the orientation phase is not going to be difficult. So one of the things that most medical doctors have also been doing for those that want to get into residency program is that they come in here and they go into physician assistance program. So physician assistants is people who work in the office, just like medical doctors. They help them to do some of the how will I put it, like non-emergent medical jobs. They can book cases for them, they can see patients for them, but they will not take a decision. They will gather information, all those kind of things. They will just be assisting the surgeon. So being in that field and being close to, like if you're doing internal medicine, being close to that field will help you as a medical doctor to know who to talk to, because in that place you already know who is the director, who is this, who is that. So once there's an opening and you have passed your USMLE, you qualified. If you apply, definitely they will get you in. So this is one of the things that I've seen a lot of medical doctors do when they come in here. The another thing that they also go into is like clinical documentation improvement practice. Is one of the courses that we offer in DNA. Is the Novel Training Services is the company that offer it, but we are in partnership with them. One of the things that this course offers you is that you have the ability to still work for hospitals. So you're going to be working for hospitals, but you're working as an auditor. You audit medical records before they are sent out for billing. So you go through the chart, you make sure that every service that was provided for a patient was actually billed for. You understand? If there's anyone that was not accounted for, you can query the person that provided that service, and the person will go ahead and do what is needed, and before you now send it to for billing. So the person that is supposed to do this will be someone who has known a lot about diagnosis, medical terminologies, and all that. And the best fit is medical doctors who are foreign trained. So a lot of people who are medical doctors that are foreign trained get into this clinical documentation practice, and even nurses who are here that want to get away from bedside will also consider this. A lot of nurses are doing it. So some of them are earning a lot of money. I can't even mention the figure here because they are working and earning those money. It's like you can even do travel. It's fully remote. You stay at home and you can stay home and do this job. The CDIP job is fully remote and you can do it from home. All right. Then another one is clinical research. Clinical research, there's a lot of research going on, cancer research, different research, robotic research. There's a lot of research is going on everywhere. So most medical doctors also fit into these research programs. So as a medical doctor, you come in, these are the things that you can get into, because I can't imagine a medical doctor coming from Nigeria and being advised, you go and get Uber and start driving. The person will be having depression. You understand? So one of the things that you will notice most men, that's why I'm saying support that initial time, because you will need to support them. If you don't, they would end up being depressed, and it will trickle down to the kids, to you, to everybody in the family will get a fair share of that depression. You understand? So it's always good for them to be in a field that is closely related to what they were practicing back home. So these are the areas. If you have any question about these three things that I mentioned, let me know. But the first one, that physician assistant, is one of the highly recommended program that I would say for medical doctors who are here, try to get into it. It's an 18 months program. If you come in here, some people do it for 1 year. You can challenge the course, do it for 1 year, but it's an 18 months program. You come in here, you do the course, you get the certification. It's very easy for you to get a job. Most of them are paid like from $200,000 and above, in a year. I mean, in a year, they earn up to $200,000. Some people earn like 250, 230, and the rest of them. So you see, most of them, they earn like times two of what nurses are earning. You understand? So that monthly I am providing for my family is not going to be affected as well. So I would encourage everybody, if you have a medical spouse, you can go into this area. Is there any medical doctor that want to ask a question today? I can give you the opportunity to ask me any question, or I'll let Mr. Austin give us an insight into this challenge as well for medical doctors. We are talking about medical doctors. You can unmute. And if there's anybody here that want to ask a question, or you want to ask for your husband, you can ask. Just go ahead and ask the question. You can use the comment section, or you can ask for the mic, and I will allow you to ask your question. Okay. I think Mr. Austin wants to say something. You're looking at us, sir. You want to say something? All right. So let's go to people that are educated, but okay. We have somebody. Mabel Ella. Mabel, go ahead with your question.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
My spouse is let's a surgeon here. I'm in Ghana,
Okay.
and we are planning. We're in the process.
Mm-hmm.
I have not joined early enough, so I didn't capture all that you're saying. But I think, oh, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. I'm waiting for
Okay.
you.
So I don't know. The residents I've heard about it, and because he has really climbed high in his profession, so I'm liking what you are bringing on board. So I'm really very much interested in what you are bringing on board. So I'm listening closely.
Okay. Yeah, so we would post this. This is recorded, and we're going to post it on our YouTube after this program. You can check out our YouTube. We're going to post it there. But what I was trying to say in a nutshell is medical doctors used to face a lot of challenge when they come over here in matching like getting residency. All right, so let me just give you an instance. So one of the things that they have to do is that they have to study. In fact, I've seen a lot of people, just to be honest, and I'm being fair, just to be very, very honest and fair, a lot of medical doctors, they go through very difficult time trying to get into the medical practice in the US. For number one, they have to do the USMLE Part 1, and then they have to do the part two, and they have to do the OSCE, the practicals. Okay. Then after doing that, they will have to start looking for residency. They have to match for residency. That matching for residency is where the problem is. Okay. And I said that a lot of factors affect it. Number one factor is age. Like your husband, Mabel, that has stayed for long after practicing, after graduating from medical school. He has already gotten to higher level in his career. One of the things that you should start looking into if he wants to go into residency here in the United States is to go into medical related courses here in the US. And one of the ones that I have seen a lot of people go into it, and from there they get into the program, is a physician assistant. So if you become a physician assistant here in the United States, it will be easy for you to get into the residency program, when you get here. All right. So that's number one. Number two that we mentioned was CDIP, Clinical Documentation Improvement Practitioners. So these are the people that review medical records. They try to, make sure that all the medical records that are being sent out for billing, they captured all the services that was rendered And I say these services will provide it as well through Novell Training Services. So if you are interested, you can link up to us. We can train you, get you ready for these certifications. And when you come to the United States, you just go into that field instead of just coming here and having to do the training. All right. So the next one is clinical research programs. There's a lot of research going on everywhere. Okay. So your husband can as well get into those research programs. Why I'm saying this is that there's going to be a question of US experience. How old have you been after medical school? There's also going to be a situation of, do you know who? Because people who are physician assistants in a practice, and they already qualified to become residents in those practice, they will get in immediately. They won't have any problem. But if you are just new from Ghana and you're coming to the United States, it's going to be difficult for you to break even. Now, another thing that I encourage medical doctors to do as well is to move to a less populated area. Don't come as a fresh medical graduate or as a foreign medical graduate and go to very urbanized cities, like go to Texas, I'm not saying Texas is not good, like go to New York. Like there's some part of Texas that is still like a rural countryside kind of place. You would be more likely to get residency in those places than staying in the urban areas. Like I've gone for, when I was doing travel nursing, I've gone for travel nursing in a place and I see people traveling all the way from California to come and do residency in that place, and then they will go over to California after their residency. So you have to look for a place that is densely populated. You will have less competition if you go to such places. Also, another thing that medical doctors can as well do is to go into lecturing, like teaching. You can, if your husband has gotten some certifications or come in here, they want to do one or two certifications more, they can get into the lecturing job in different universities. If he has done something on microbiology, he can just apply and he might be taken to become a lecturer. And why I like some of these jobs I'm telling you people about today, like apart from the physician assistant, that one you have to clock in and be on. Though some of them they can still do remote and telehealth, but most of it you will have to clock in, go to the office and see patients. But other ones like clinical documentation improvement, research, lecturing, and even the pharmacovigilance. There's a lot of people who work in that area as well. Most of them you have to work it remote. You have to be at home and provide those services to your office. Okay, so it's a very good thing, especially for young families that need somebody to be at home and watch the kids while another person is going for a full-time job. All right, so that's it. I just recapped it, but we have to move forward. We have to move to the next one, which is for those that are educated, like they went to school, but they are not medical doctors. What are the job options for them? Okay, so we know someone was talking about people that are engineers. Fine, engineers are in this category. So people that come in as engineers, they are educated, but just that they are not medical professionals and they don't want to get into medical professions. So here is what I want to tell you. First of all, you as the primary applicant, the registered nurse, you will do what is it called, orientation with your hospitals. Okay, I want you to be very smart. If there's nothing that this program is teaching you, let it teach you to be smart. Be very proactive. When you go for that first orientation, do not just be silent and be watching people and enjoying your orientation. Remember, you have a man at home who is not working and you're talking with the HR. The human resource is going to be one of the people that will talk to you. Find time to go and talk to one of those people in human resource department. Tell them that your husband is your husband is educated in this field. Maybe your husband is biochemistry, he's this, he's that. Just say whatever your husband studied. You might be lucky. There might be one part of that hospital where your husband will fit in. I've seen somebody I gave this advice and he was taken into, because he did engineering, he went into biomedic. He became a tech with biomedical unit of the hospital. You understand? So biomedicals are people who take care of like equipments in the hospital. If the suction machine spoil, they will take it to the biomedic, they will fix it there, all those kind of things. So or they will send it out. Most times they don't even fix. They will just send it out to the manufacturer because they used to have like a warranty with all the people they buy equipment from. So anything that spoil, they send it out, and then those people will fix it. They bring it back, they test it, they send it back to the circulation. So you can be lucky. Your engineering husband will get an engineering job in a hospital. So it's possible like that. So that biomedical is also a form of engineering, and most people get into it very easily, but you have to speak up. You have to speak up. So during your orientation phase, be very, your eyes should be open. If there is nothing you're learning from me, learn to see opportunities in every place where you are. There is opportunities looking at you, just that you're not seeing them. Okay, so look, open your eyes, ask God to open your eyes too, so that you can see it, see those opportunities and take them. So this is one of the things you would do. Ask your HR for opportunities in the hospitals and see which one best fits your husband. I've also seen people who come in that area, ask the HR and they tell them, "Oh, we have opening in the kitchen. Can your husband, help to cook?" That's good. If your husband does not know how to cook, guess what? You have gotten a you have gotten a cook in training, a cook in training, so that he can, after making food, he'll come back and make for you at home. Don't worry, I'm just joking. I'm not saying this with any seriousness. I'm just trying to be, trying to joke. But that is it. So they can actually get job in the kitchen. They can get job as a tech. Some of the hospitals, they do train CMA, certified medical assistants. They used to train them. Or they will have some unlicensed assistive personnel, UAP. You read about UAP during your NCLEX. They all exist. Unlicensed. They don't have any license. They just do training, in hospital training. So the HR can point you to the right direction in that hospital where your husband can work. It has worked for a lot of people, and I want you to take or seize that opportunity. Next is your husband can actually work. There's a job called correctionals. Mr. Austin made mention of it. Correctional jobs, they are always recruiting. There is no day that you go to a correctional website and they are not recruiting correctional officers, because people are always committing offense and they go to prison and they need people to take care of them in prison. I'm not saying take care of, I know most of your mind will be going to take care of hardened criminals and people who have killed people before and all that. Well, that's not always the case. They have different levels in correctionals. They have different departments as well. So you can have your husband apply for a correctional job. It's just like what we call in Nigeria, we call it a prison warder. You understand? A warden. So you can have them apply and they will be taken. They are always recruiting, and it comes with a lot of benefits. It comes with so many benefits. See that guy that wanted to leave that Mr. Austin was telling us about? He didn't want to leave again because he was enjoying his correctional job. You understand? So I want to encourage people that are here on this show, write it down, save this video, watch it later, and correctional jobs. Like in Virginia, they call it Virginia Department of Corrections. So if you go to that website right now, you will see a lot of opportunities. You will see how much they are paying. You will see when they interview you, they can now tell you more about the position. And then they have in the one for Virginia, they have something like first-time home buyers assistance program. So if you want to buy a house when you're with them, you can actually apply for it and they can assist you to buy that house. I think they give them a discount or something like that. So always look out for that. There's always opportunities in corrections. All right, another area that they can go into once they get their green card and their social security, they can also work in UPS. UPS is that they will train them, they will become one of their teller. You collect packages from people and send it out. It's not like those people that are going out for delivery. Those ones are different as well. But they can work in the office of UPS, United States Postal Service. Okay, they can work there as teller people. They collect things, send it out and all that. So they can also work in the delivery part as well. Depends on which one they want to go with. All right, then they can also work for Amazon. Amazon also the same way, they have an office. You can work in their office, or if you want to go into the delivery side, you can also do the delivery side. All right, but a lot of people don't like the delivery side, so you can work in the office as well. All right, then there are pharmacies, Walgreens, CVS, so many pharmacies around. They are all, requiring or recruiting pharmacy techs. So always look out for that. For those that are into engineering, sometimes they will, sometimes they will take you in these facilities. Not that they are taking you to become like a tech. They can actually take you based on you have experience in fixing this and this. Yes, okay, we can take you so that you be doing that for us. Depends, but always the opportunities are endless. So, but you have to know them and then you have to try them. You don't have to just sit down and say, hey, I've come to the United States, let the money begin to come. You have to go out there and look for it. All right. So now, yes, I think that's for the educated but not medical. There may be other things. These things are not exhaustive. I may not, because I'm rushing and all that, I may have not, gotten to everything that is required for me to mention for those that are educated and not into medical. But one of the other things I want to mention is that they too can go into lecturing. They can go if they have gotten to, let's take for instance, your husband has a doctorate degree in physics, for instance, and he wants to come in here and start lecturing. Very nice. I love that. You know what he's going to do? Do a Wells evaluation of all his credentials. Start now to do it. That's one of the things that you can use this retrogression to achieve. Verify all his credentials. Okay. When you verify all his credentials, he comes in here, then he can do a program, any kind of program, be it a few months program. And then that way he gets into the system, he can apply for job, and that job will give him a lecturing job. He works and teaches in the university or anywhere that he finds himself. So this is one of the things that I also mentioned for those that are educated but not medical. Mr. Austin, you want to add something, sir? Welcome back.
So thank you. I'll probably not be looking into stuff because I'm driving. I still want to reemphasize this issue of trying to get taking an alternative career path in a bid to get to where you are. I did in my initial example, the last example I gave example of a lawyer who eventually found himself in corrections and is loving what he's doing. There's someone I know. This person is a professor of mass communications in Nigeria. I think his first job in the United States is to, those people that restock things at Walmart. Yeah. Now, I don't know if what he's doing currently, but I can for certainty say he's not working at Walmart anymore. He may have found his niche. He's a young, brilliant man. And he's already a professor in he was a professor in the Federal University of Nigeria, in Nigeria, not a doctorate, just a doctorate degree. He's a professor. And he was ready to take that lesser just to get life going, and eventually he will be, I believe he's where he wants to be now. Colleague. She started this job through me for she's an consultant psychiatrist. And when he came in, he looked at his age and was like, okay, no, he doesn't think he has the time to go through the residency process. Did went in accelerated RN program, BSN program, and the plan is for him to go back to masters in and become a psychiatric and mental health nurse practitioner, which gives him provider role like he did have in Nigeria. And I know of a medical doctor, not one medical doctor that I've seen that came here and decided to study nursing.
We know a lot of them.
And they are not regretting what they are doing.
Mm-mm.
Because at the end of the day, sometimes some of the careers, nobody was born with a career
Mm-hmm.
from his or her mother's womb. And very few people actually heard from God that told them, this is the career that I have designed for you. Go and become this. Very few.
Yeah.
And the Bible tells us whatever we do or whatever we find our hands to do,
Do it
we
with all
should,
your
whatever
strength.
our hands do, we should do it as unto the Lord and all that stuff. So um but you can plan whatever you can plan whatever you want to do and get it. One hits home very clearly, very close. There's one that hits home very closely, even though he didn't come through the same path. But it's a big career change for him. My kid brother came to the United States before me. He studied economics in Nigeria. And when he came in, he did not start working in that sector. He eventually went into the military. From military, he did a master's program in, I think, health administration or something. Up until this time, he never worked in healthcare. His wife came, studied nursing here, became a nurse, and then that was when he decided to go into nursing. Post-COVID, became a nurse 2022, and his ultimate goal is to become a nurse anesthetist, and he's working very hard towards it.
Mm.
This is just a career path. He had no science background. So once you have the determination and the will to do something and you work at it, you eventually get there. So be a support to your spouses. Sound their trumpet aloud when it looks like they are not meeting up to standards. Encourage them. All right.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. So
Yeah.
we can't say that enough on this program. You need to. I've actually seen a family, where the wife was making a lot of money because she was a nurse, she was a primary applicant, and the husband was, dragging his feet and all that. And then they told him to go and do CNA. He did it, but he said his back was paining him, that every time he go to work, they'll ask him to be lifting patients up and down. So he's no longer young. He doesn't want to do that. And then the wife was, so angry. He wants him to get out of the bed and just go do something for yourself. It thing actually caused a very big issue in their marriage. Eventually, they separated. It was when they separated that the guy started making money. As I'm talking to you, this guy is in money. I'm not asking, was it the separation that made him to or force him? So the thing is, like what Austin said, there is a way you can carry this thing and it will not spoil. In this your marriage, there's a way you will carry it. Because if you push it too hard, you will chase him away. And guess what? You will stay alone and be seeing him climbing. Like you will see him going very far. You understand? Because there's opportunities are endless here in the United States. You don't know what anybody will meet tomorrow. So the best thing is just to know the best way to support your spouse, support them, and let them just figure out what they want to do for themselves. But you, the person that they are supporting, don't stay dormant. Don't just stay there and
Correct.
say,
Yeah.
don't just stay
Yep.
there and say, I'm being supported. My wife is such a good person. See, it's like she's carrying you and you are heavy on her shoulder. So the earlier you get off her shoulder
And
and carry yourself,
women are not designed
they
to
are
carry
not.
burdens like that.
They are
They are not
not. They are
designed
not.
to carry burdens
It's
like
just a
that.
few. It's
Yeah.
just a few women that can
Just a
actually
few.
carry and be like, if he was him, he would do it. So let me do it. But some other women, I know those ones that are in this show are the people I'm talking about. They will carry and carry to the end. But those that are not on this show, they will not carry at all. They will be like, well, if this is what you want for yourself, so be it. I'm moving on with my life. Thank God I've brought you to the United States. That's all my love can give you. You understand? You can go and become whatever you want to be. But it's not just them. What about the kids? What about the future grandchildren that you're going to have? What would that separation cause in their life and all that? So there's a lot to put into consideration when you want to go south in your marriage. So always support, and those that are there supporting, please make haste, and pick up something so that the family can be stable, because that's always the problem. I've consulted for an agency, and one of the issues that we hear every time is my husband said that I should quit my job, that he wants to go and work somewhere else, that he found a job. You understand? And then it will now be like, okay, you came in through this agency. Why are you now quitting your job because of what your husband is saying? So you that they are supporting, make haste. There is opportunities wherever you are in the United States. Try as much as possible to grab those opportunities, start making money, start supporting your family. All right, so we're going to talk briefly about the IT. Those that are in the IT, or those that are IT inclined. There's a lot of jobs. There's a lot of jobs that you can get into. I love IT so much because most of their jobs are remote, and most of the husbands of nurses that came in around 2019, 2020, 2021 that went into IT, they are still doing IT to today, and they are loving it. And the reason why I like it is that it's remote. They can work from home. You understand? And not just that they can work from home, they can do multiple jobs. You understand? I know a lot of IT techs or experts that are working from home, doing multiple jobs, still taking care of their family. So if your husband is in IT, we're also partnering with Cois Academy. The DNA is partnering with Cois Academy. We train people on DevOps engineering, cloud engineering, and all those kind of IT things, virtual assistant roles. So we can train you and then give you certifications and help you to get AWS certification, Azure certifications. You get all that, and then you can go into, we can even, we also do LinkedIn optimization, help you find a job, and then you can as well, start working your remote job from your home. A lot of people are doing it. It gives your family financial stability when you come to the United States. Also, there is also like IT project supervisor roles, and also people who have gotten so high in IT, you can also go into lecturing. You can lecture, you can teach, you can, become an adjunct professor in an university here in the United States. I want you to explore that option. All right. And also for people who are non-medical, not educated, they didn't go to school, they are just business people. I think Mr. Austin will talk to you people because he has done a lot of importation and exportation to Nigeria before, so he can talk to you about it.
Not
But
not
I
any
know
not anymore. Not anymore. I don't know anything about it again because it's been a long time.
it's been a long
The
time. Yeah, I
Nigeria,
know.
the Nigerian economy is not, especially
Right.
in terms of that. I don't know about it, and I will. I am not going to be that one encouraging somebody to do it at this point.
Yeah.
If you have a business acumen and you feel like something that you can do, go ahead with it.
Yeah.
But for me, at this point, I don't have that experience. It's been a long time. 2021 was the last time I did it.
Mm. So, but this is possible actually. So some people come
Yeah,
here and say,
it's possible.
mm,
You see, for people who are into business,
yeah,
they don't need anybody. They can come to men and sell snow.
yes, that's true.
Yeah, they
That's
can
true.
come to men and sell snow, and somebody will buy.
Yes, that's true. Some people are, it's all
Yeah.
about packaging and presentation, the way you market it,
Hmm.
market
Yeah.
what you have.
Uh,
Yeah.
all right. I have to leave now. I'm
Okay,
taking my mom for an appointment, so I
okay,
don't think I'll be able to continue.
continue. We
Thank you
really
for
appreciate
thank,
your time.
thank you for your time, and thank you for allowing me to get crash on your presentation today.
We like it. You see, it worked out
All right.
very well. Thank you so much. God
All right.
bless you, sir.
Uh,
Mhm.
all right. Bye.
Yeah, bye. Okay, everyone, tell us thank you on the comment section. Please kindly say thank you to our boss, our phenomenal boss. He's one of the pioneer person that paved way for a lot of people that are here, even me inclusive. So, Mr. Austin, we are saying thank you. On the comment section, guys, I want to see your thank yous. say thank you in your different languages. You know how we do it. We say thank you in different language. Thank you in different language. We have people from different places today. Zimbabwe, I can see Zimbabwe. I can see a lot of places. So I want you guys to say thank you and tell me the language, guys. Tell me the language. Say the thank you and tell me the language where the thank you is coming from. Gloria, what language is that? Is it Tualumba? Tualumba, what language is it? Okay, please respond. We want to see all the thank yous and we want to see what country is that thank you from? I'm getting. Okay, Gloria is from Zambia. Zambia. How is Zambia today, Gloria? Thank you for joining. Yes, Zikomo from Zambia. Yeah, somebody says Zikomo. I would have made you say all these words so that we can see how well you do with pronunciation. But I know that you're on the road, so I won't let you do that. But it's a lot of thank yous in different language, coming from different places: Ghana, Ireland, Nigeria, Kenya. Asante Sana, yes, Mesai. Um, I used to speak Swahili before, but I've forgotten some of my this thing. But I'll pick it up. I'll go to my friend. I'll bring him to this show, and then we can speak Kenya together. One of my very good friend. All right. So now, let me just finish up by giving you guys more information about people who are not nurses. They are not medical, they are not educated, like no skills, no education, but they have skills. So for these people, I like this category of people because they are able to do anything. And that's why I like it. If you are in this category, just know that you have to be open to do anything that comes your way. You can fit in anywhere. You understand? Some people come in like that. Like I know someone from Russia that came in here. First of all, language was a barrier. We had to start doing English language, and then from the English language, from there, we now went into what can the person do that would not require so much communication because of the language barrier. You understand? So we put a lot of things into consideration. We discovered he had skills. He knew about equipment. So we had to get him a job in Lowe's. Lowe's is a company that does furnitures and home equipment, materials, building materials, and all that. We have to find him a job there. So it's a lot, but we have to first of all find out what is your husband passionate about. You understand? For this kind of people, I still know some people that are in this category that they know a lot of cars. You think you know car, don't worry, wait until you meet some people. They will tell you models, they will tell you different makes, even brands that are no longer existing. They know their names and they know, which models that they come in. If your husband is so passionate about automobiles, why not look for a job in car dealership for him? That's going to be one of the things that will make him happy. You understand? So you look for a job in car dealership or auto shop where they do repairs of cars. You can get a job there. And it's easy. It's easy. If you come in here and you have discovered a passion for your husband and you're unable to find a job, let me know. We will look for that job together and we will find it. Okay? So always let me know. Then have other people that would want to go to like Walmart, Sam's Club, Thrift, even Samsung for phones. People that want to be in that phone area where they do a lot of phone repair, phone or cell phone or market phones. Those are people that those are the places where these people with no skills can actually work, and they will do a great job. They can also do work in construction. Then I'm going to give you another tip. As somebody who comes to the United States on green card, especially if you're coming here with EB3 or EB2, if you're coming here and you have a green card, you have a lot of opportunities. But the most of those opportunities is your ability to open up a business. This is an advice. I'm giving it to you today because I pour out my heart every time I see people. Some people pay for sessions like this, but what I'm telling you, in the next 2 years when you come here, you will remember it and you'll be like, someone has said this before, and you remember my face. So you can open up a business here in the United States. Why I'm saying it is that some people are handymen, like they know how to do carpentry, they know how to do plumbing, they know how to do a lot of fix a lot of things in the house. Don't stay at home. When you come here and you get your license, your green card, once you get your green card, call me. I'll help you to open up a business, okay? When we open the business for you, you will open a website or go to an existing website and advertise your skill. You will see people calling you, be at home. Somebody will say, hey, my sink is broken. I cannot fix it. Do you know how much they pay handymen here in the United States? $100 per hour. $100 per hour. That's the least you can get. So get into it. When you come here, if your husband is skillful, he knows a lot of things, how to fix stuff and everything, come here, we'll open a business. He will start doing that business. We'll post it on different platforms. There are different platforms, Thumbtack, do it DIY, do it yourself. There's a lot of places where you can post his skills, okay? So when we post it there, his number is going to be there. Anybody that needs him in your area will call him. All he has to do is drive there, enter the house, fix it, show them his phone. They will do tap. There's something that can be configured to his phone. They bring out their credit card, they tap on your phone, your money enters into your account. You understand? Finish. And you can make so much money. In fact, there's one guy I know. He came in here, he was telling me, I have been trying to get a handyman to my house. They are always busy. They are always busy. Are you hearing it? They are always busy. So if you have that skill, if you know how to, in fact, if you don't have the skill, go and learn it now. If you don't know how to do all these small jobs in the house, like carpentry, plumbing, if you have that time, go and learn it. If you are in this category, I mean, non-medical, you are not educated, learn a skill and come with it. You open up a business and you will fly. I'm telling you, you will fly. There's somebody I know that came to me one day, and this is a real life experience. He came into this country through the illegal way, so he cannot open up a business, but he's very, very skillful. I'm into real estate. He can flip your house from top to bottom. Everything, finishing is beautiful, but he does not have papers, so he cannot open up a business. So he was asking me for me to open up a business and employ him so that he can work with me and be doing all that. But sometimes it's illegal for me to do that. You understand? But you that will come here on a green card, you have a paper and you have a skill. You have your green card and you have a skill. If I find you sitting down at home saying that you are under a shock, your wife will report you to me, and I will come to wherever you are. I'll drag you out because we need to open a business and start making money. So that's where I'm going to end today, opening a business in the United States and making money with it. And there's a lot of people as well who are into exportation. They want to, import things to different countries. You can as well open a business and do that. I know people who are the junk cars. There's a man that I was coaching the other day, that was last 2 Saturdays. I was coaching him on how to bid on cars online, and also how to, I took him to a place where they do auctioning of cars. You understand? Somebody is into that, interested in cars, you want to start sending cars back home, fine, they can do that. But my advice, especially for people who want to send to countries like Ghana, Nigeria, and every other place where maybe the currency is not stable, I would advise, if anybody wants to buy, you can open a good Facebook page, advertise those cars. If anybody wants any of the cars, make sure they pay the money to you, and then you go ahead and send them the cars. Because if you use your money and send a car back home, and you're not there to monitor the process, the progress, and who is using the car, is it parked, is it working, and even if it's parked for 1 year, that car that you bought 10 million is going to end up being sold for 7 million, and you're going to lose money. So the best way to go about it is have a good online presence, okay? Show whatever you can see in the United States. And when people see it and ask you, we want this, give them your account number. let them send the money to you. They send the money to you. You go ahead, convert the money to dollars, make the purchase, and send their cars to them. That way, you are already telling them the price with your own profit in it. So you already know how much you're going to make with the stress and everything that you're going to run around, how much it will cost you, everything. You calculate it and put it inside and then make the business. That way, you're not losing money, because it's difficult, like when you make all the money from working and then you come and lose it because you're doing business. I don't think it's wise. Okay, so on this note, we're going to bring the show to a close. Did you guys get value for the presentation today? Did you? I'm going to modify this topic and put it in a slide, and then I'll do it again maybe after 6 months or so. But did you guys get value from what we discussed? Is there any area that we need to shed more light? I see a lot of questions. If you ask me any question that I have not responded to, if you can just ask me that question by opening up your mic, I think it will be better. We'll just go faster, because it's better for me to take it like that than just going to read from the comment section, because there's a lot of things that have come in the comment section that I'm not able to see those ones. So if you have any question that is dear and urgent to your heart, you can ask for the mic with the reaction button, and I would give you the mic. Okay. All right. So if you are getting value as well, I would like you to say value. Yes. Thank you so much, everyone. I can see a lot of values. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So Mr. Nathan, yeah, over to you. I've asked you to unmute. What is your question?
So, good evening here. My question has to do with parents.
Let us know where you're joining
nurses.
from, please. Sorry, your name and where you're joining from, so that we.
Yes, I'm speaking from Ghana, specifically in Ashanti Kumasi. I want to know nurses, female nurses and male nurses who are single parents and they have kids. Some of the kids are old, less 15 years, 12 years. What are they as a single parent with their kids? So their kids will be well equipped, probably with any profession, with any vocation before they come there. What advice will you give to such parents? Thank you.
Thank you, Nathan. And I want you to repeat that question, because your voice was muffled at some point. I didn't hear everything you said. Can you ask the question again?
Okay. What I'm saying is, we have single parents among us who have kids, and
It's muffled again. We can't hear you, but I can hear that it's a single parent situation, right?
coming to the US with their kids.
Okay.
We keep their children clearly now before they come there. Because I understand at the age of 15, 16, a child can start doing a part-time work.
Yeah. So most of the job that the children would do when they come over here, if they are 15, 16, are job that they are going to be trained on the job. All you need to let them learn from now is how to be by themselves, like how to be respectful when they go out, because a lot of kids with that age, they are still figuring out who they are, who is who, how they can respect themselves and all that. So it's better for you to kind of do the homework at home. Let your kids know their boundaries. Let them not go out there and think their father owns the company and start insulting everybody that they see there. But if they are very respectful, the job, whichever job, most of them, they work in eateries like McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Hardee's, Burger King, a lot of all these shops that sell food items. They take them as people who make the food. They do fries, they fry the chips and all those kind of things. They can take them as even people that place the order and the rest of them. So they are going to be trained on the job. So they don't need any form of skill except just being responsible adults. Train them into becoming a responsible adult, and they can learn that skill and be successful. All right. So that's what I can say. They don't really, at that 15, I don't think anybody would kind of try to employ them into a skill that is highly, how will I put it? Very, that the pressure is too much. Now, I don't think they will do that. You understand? It's going to be some of these jobs in the eateries and all that. That's where they are going to fit in as so much. All right. I hope I answered your question, Nathan. All right. So now I will read out some questions. I may not finish all, but I will just run and read some. So what Eunice is asking, what of core business people that are already established here but encouraged this process because of the children, are there business opportunities for them in the United States? There's so many. There's so many business opportunities. In fact, I know someone who is selling car here in the United States. So he buys the car, he fix it up, and he sell it here. So it's also something that you can consider. There's a lot of opportunities. So first of all, when you want to go into business, you need to be properly set up. So call, ask questions, and we will help you to set up your business when you come over here. So what of civil person who is civil engineering? I talked about civil engineering and all those kind of things. I think I did talk about it, but just to shed more light, those people can work in correctionals. You can ask the hospital where you're working to see if they can employ them in the civil engineering part of the hospital, because some hospitals they have, people they employ in maintenance. Maintenance part of the hospital are people who go around and paint the wall that is scratched. Maybe somebody is moving a stretcher and they scratch the wall. Somebody will have to come and paint it. It's those people that will come. So they can work with them. They can work in anything that's related to what they studied in that hospital or any other thing the hospital can offer. But I said, make sure you talk to your human resource. When you're doing orientation, talk to them, be open-minded. Go and talk to them, and they would help you to place your husband. All right. And then we talked about United States Postal Office. We talked about Amazon, Pharmacy, Walgreens, CVS. They can work at that place as well. There's a lot of places. All these things is just a few compared to the opportunities that are here. It is endless. So please talk again about medical documentation. Please, if you need to be trained in CDI, that's Clinical Documentation Improvement Practice, link up to me or any of my admin and we will train you. We are doing that course. We are training for IT. We are training for clinical documentation for foreign medical graduates. You can come. We will train you. We have trained a lot of people already. You'll be one of them. You'll come, we'll train you, and we'll help you get a job. Okay? So how about husbands that are business people and are not graduate? I think we talked about that. Also for a spouse that can read and write French, but no certificate. No, you have to have a certificate. That's also another thing that is trending. People do interpretation jobs in different hospitals as well. They have interpretation departments. Like if a patient is going for surgery and they need somebody that speak French, the patient does not understand English, they will call him, he will go there and interpret for the surgeon, interpret for the nurse, and everybody understands what they are, the surgery that is planned. Okay, you can do that as well. All right. So what about spouses with masters in business management and any job opportunities for them? Yes, for sure. There is job opportunities. Like I mentioned, all those ones, correctionals and ask your hospital and USPS, Amazon, there's a lot of them. You can do that. When I make this into a presentation, I'll add a link so that as I'm talking, I'll be dropping the link so that you guys can actually go there and start figuring out what that job looks like. Okay. How about IT jobs? We talked about it. How about how many years for physician? Physician assistant is 18 months program, but some people do it in 1 year. Okay. What if my spouse is an estate agent? Come now, I'm a real estate agent. Come, let's do business together. Yeah, but you have to take your board. You have to come here and write an exam. You go for school here, then after going for the school, you write the exam. If you pass, you become a realtor like me. All right. So a military job, a lot of them. In fact, if your husband comes here and becomes a military personnel, the way that you stay 5 years before you become a citizen, you guys can become a citizen in 2 years. Okay, if your husband goes into the military, okay, because they will give him automatic citizenship. All right, but I will give you a warning. So if you enter military as someone who does not have citizenship and who does not have a degree, you will enter as enlisted. And enlisted people are the people that do the job in military. People that enjoy military are the officers. Okay? Officers are the commanders. They command those that are enlisted. So I think it will be better for them to enter as officers than entering as enlisted. All right. I think I've given Chidinma, how are you doing? So said what if the spouse is more than 60 years? There's still job for people who are more than 60 years. Oluwatoyin is asking, sincerely, the discussion is very important to me. For a medical doctor, level 17 officer here in Nigeria, what can he do? He can come here, do CDI, start working at CDI, and do his USMLE. And if he passes, then he can start looking for opportunities. But the best way to get in is to be close. You have to be very close to the place. I have to leave now from Mr. Austin. I'm taking my mom for an appointment. Yes. Thank you, Austin, for joining. Can someone start the IT training before relocating? For sure. If you want that as well, link up to me. I'm going to write my number, just our company number. So you will reach out to that number. You reach out to this number and then we would get you trained, okay? So this number is on WhatsApp. You can WhatsApp this number, just add +1 in front, and then you'll be able to WhatsApp it and state what you want, and we'll point you to the right direction. Okay? Did I send it? All right, send the number. So, can the training be done for someone outside United States? Yes, it can. Apart from NCLEX, how can a nurse migrate? I said it when we were starting. You can come in here if you are married to somebody that is a registered nurse or someone who is a citizen already, or you can come in here through study. You can come in here to, maybe you came to do your study, and after your study, you intend to stay, then those things can be worked out later on. How can estate agent train? How can estate agent train to get registered in US? So when you come over here, you will have to know the state that you're going to be posted in first. When you land, you write the state board and you write the national exam. So they have two, board for the state and board for the national. Once you pass both of them, you will be registered, you'll be licensed, and you can sell houses. Okay, so at this point, we've come to the end of the show. I may have skipped some questions. I'm sorry. We have spent most close to 2 hours, going to 3 hours on this show. I don't want to stress you guys the more. I am still here. I'm not running. Next week, Friday, next week, Friday is Thanksgiving. So I won't be here. But upper Friday, we're going to start again. So if you guys need any help, anything, just let us know. We'll be able to assist you. You can see we're doing training for CDI. We're doing training for IT, different IT courses. So if you are interested in any of that, reach out to the number that I sent on WhatsApp, and we'll be able to help get you registered and get you trained. Okay? Thank you so much, and God bless you. I am going to be waiting to share your success stories. I'm hoping that one day somebody will come on this show, because I want to be doing this show till I retire. Somebody will come on this show and say it was because of your program that I did not make a mistake. I'm hoping that that will be somebody's utterance one day. But for now, I'm saying we have to start building, we have to start supporting each other. Okay, just like as I'm supporting you, support your spouse. I'm not saying open joint accounts and show him everything you're earning. If you know your husband is like me, that if I get 1 naira, I'll think about, so who will I give this 1 naira to? So if he's like me, then you know how to figure it out. But it's always good to be transparent in relationship. It's always good. The normal one is, let's be transparent. But if you know what you have and know how to manage it, you're still right. You can still do that comfortably well without offending anybody. Okay? I want to thank you all for being here today, and I hope to see you guys again next week, Friday. God bless you. Take care. God loves you, and I love you guys too. Bye.